It's very abrasive. Does it have to be like in our faces?
Does that annoy you guys when I clap?
It's a bit of a pet peeve of mine.
Really?
Honestly, same.
Same.
Right.
Honestly, same.
Ooh, honestly, same.
Honestly, same.
Honestly, same.
Honestly,
Honestly,
same.
same. Honestly,
Honestly,
same.
same. Honestly, same.
Honestly, same.
Honestly, same.
Honestly, same.
Well then, welcome to a brand new episode of Honestly Same, everybody. My name is Ross.
I'm Brittany.
And I'm Leah.
And you heard it. We're talking about pet peeves, the things that really piss us off
Really
so
grind your
much
gears.
beyond belief. And hopefully, I mean, you guys aren't actually, pet peeved at us
Yeah.
for anything that we do. And but we're gonna share ours. We're gonna let you guys know what not to do when you're ever around us.
Yeah,
How about
truly.
that?
They're so specific. It only applies to if you're near me at any point in time. Like, still live your life the way you do outside of this, but if you are in my vicinity.
Yeah. Just learn. So at the future, Honestly Same meet and greets.
Yeah.
Make sure the list that we're about to give you 5 each, right?
Yeah.
We all got 5. 5 each things to never do when you meet us, when you pay a lot of money to come and meet us live.
When you pay to come see us, do not
do not do the following things. Brittany, would you like to kick us off?
Yes, I will.
What's your first pet peeve?
Are these in a particular order for you guys?
No.
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't put like
Okay,
worst
me neither.
to
I just wanted
no.
to check so that people know that it's
Yeah.
not like we're like,
Oh,
These are
yeah,
the first
yeah.
things that came to my head.
Yep,
Okay,
a general
same.
list.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. First one is when I try to casually, if I'm not super specific about it, show someone like a song and then they like talk during the song.
Oh,
yeah.
It's like my worst nightmare because
Yeah.
I'm like, don't want to restart it. I'm like, fuck this whole thing. Like, never
This
mind.
clearly doesn't matter to you as
Clearly
much as
doesn't.
it
throw my
matters to
phone
me.
away.
Yeah. So that would be my first one because I never want to go into it being like, you really, okay, put your phone down. Like, we're going to have a moment. I just always assume
That someone will give you the attention
just
in the
need
moment of
3.5 minutes or whatever.
Right.
So that is my first one.
That's a
That's
very,
a really
very
good
fair one.
I almost put that on my list actually. And
Yeah.
so
Yep.
I'm glad that you did because it's I feel like it's just
It's painful almost.
yeah.
It's a common courtesy that
and in the same like vein, I feel like people when you send them like a reel or something,
yeah.
Specifically like significant others, I feel like I will send Nick a reel on like Instagram and I'm like, did you watch the
You are gonna
72 things
yeah.
I sent you
This is the
earlier?
funniest thing ever.
You haven't responded to any of them. It doesn't have to be that specific thing, but that reminds me of that as
Yeah.
well. And
Yeah,
like,
that's a good one. That one crossed my mind earlier too, and I was like, I don't know. So
I'm
look at
very
that.
passionate about that one. If I ever try to show you a song,
Listen.
listen to the
Listen.
song.
Yes.
we can
Look
hold
up-
hands, look at each other's eyes. I don't care as long as you're listening.
Literally pull up the lyrics on your phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Follow along.
Please.
Hey, now you're an all-star.
Get your game on.
Point at the words. It'll be a sing along.
I like to be my own Mickey Mouse sing along where I'm like, here, let me
is
show you.
next.
Yeah, that's what I do when I show people a song. I'm like, here, no, look. Hey, now you're an all-star. Come on, get your show.
This is what you would do. Come here.
Let
Okay.
me show you this.
Let me show you this song. Leah.
My first one is when someone sings a little tune or recites a quote that I recognize and they do it incorrectly.
Oh, and you don't want to like correct them.
This is an OCPD thing that I learned recently. It is like the fact that somebody else is doing something imperfectly that is bothering me probably is like what it really comes down to.
Mm-hmm.
But like imagine if somebody like saying, hey now you're an all-star, like it, you know what I mean, like
yeah.
something like that where it's like it's off and you know it's off, and
Don't
to
hang
you
out
it
with
feels
Winry.
it feels like to you it seems so obvious that that's wrong, or like they quote something and they like quote it
And they're so
wrong.
sure or so happy about it. So
Yeah.
here's
Yeah.
the question. Do you correct them? Do either of you? Are you guys like, haha, it's actually, or are you like, yeah.
It depends who it is, how many times they've done it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair. Yeah.
That's exactly, I feel like that's fair.
There's a line
Because it's
that can
like-
be crossed with it.
100%.
That makes sense.
So,
But, yeah.
and I think it's a challenge for me, to challenge those moments of imperfection and allow them to just exist in
Yeah.
real time because
Yeah, it's
it
just
shouldn't
like,
be important.
right. It's like, yeah, you're enjoying that incorrect quote
Yeah, yeah.
that you quoted from whatever. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, my first one is this can be doubled up, but people who look continuously at their Apple Watches during a conversation. So this bugs me because I have been told by you're like, yeah, hold on, give me a second. I've been told by many Apple Watch wearers that it helps them stay more concentrated because they're not looking at their phone. And I'm like, fuck face, you look at your Apple Watch every 30 seconds in a conversation. It is a...
Are you sure this is a pet peeve?
Yeah, I was like, you just got really heated about that.
It is so annoying. It is genuinely so annoying. Because again, because they are like, oh, it keeps me on my phone. And I'm like, in a
It's 'cause
conversation, I know...
there's a phone on your
It's
wrist
on your
that
wrist.
you're looking
And
at.
obviously people just listening to this can't see me do this. But like literally in a conversation, they're like, yeah.
And they're reading full ass conversations on their
They're reading the
wrist.
whole text
Yeah.
anyway. And then they're like... Right. And I'm like, that was 5 minutes
Yeah.
of this.
You've gotten up and like gotten your food and come back.
I came back. So that's my first
That's a good one. I
is
think,
yeah.
and that goes into phones as well. People do the same thing with phones. If they don't have a watch, like it's
Yeah, I was gonna
usually-
say,
Yeah.
it's
yeah.
a certain type of person where like,
It could be lumped together with like checking their phone a bunch, but I feel like that has
Yeah.
evolved kind of into like
Yeah.
I feel like people try to be aware of not checking their phones, but if they have an Apple Watch, it's like they haven't formed the awareness that
Yeah.
they're doing the
They
same
don't
thing.
think that you can
Yeah.
like see them do that.
Right, because it's
I-
like not as like big as like the let me look at the, it's
I
like,
have an
yeah.
Apple Watch, and I feel like I honestly I never use it. So that I feel like you're either one or the other.
I
like,
literally have one and don't use it because I hate how available and like constant it is.
I feel like it
can
annoys
put
you.
my phone down.
Right,
And
right.
walk away and be involved in whatever. With a watch on your hand that's like going off.
Yeah.
Yes, I feel like it's more interruptive
Yeah.
than pulling your phone out of your pocket or something
Lots
like
of good
that. It's
things
like, yeah.
to do with it. Listen, we're all
Of course.
we're like hyping each other up about like all of these shitty things.
Yeah, be mad
gosh.
about that.
all
Okay.
right.
My second one is when the TV is too loud for like the environment. And I know this is very specific. Everywhere I go to anyone's house, their TV's too loud. For me, it is totally a me thing.
Okay.
It is a me thing. Everyone's TV is too loud for
Interesting.
me. So it is a pet peeve that I have to work through. I literally told Zach the other day that I was going to get noise canceling headphones to exist because I just like it's too loud
Get
everywhere.
the little loop
Yeah.
earplugs.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
like just have enough like there's like an opening or something. So it's like it closes out certain frequencies or something, but like
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just
Or
too
get a
much.
get an Apple Watch with white noise machine on it app.
Good.
Play
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
just you're walking around and your wrist is hissing at you. People are like, "What is
What's
that?"
that sound?
That's my white noise app.
Oh,
on
it's my white
Apple
noise.
Watch.
I hate when people are loud.
Sorry.
that one's fair though. In the right setting, it can be. It's definitely
like
yeah.
I would I love like movie nights and it can be like a little louder and like engulfing, but like when you're not sat down to watch something and the TV's on in the background and it's like loud, I don't know. I just can't focus
If I
on
feel like I
anything
have to
else.
yell over the TV to have a conversation, like I've had friends before where like they had like music on in the background. I'm like, there are 6 of
It's
us
just
here.
too overstimulating.
This is
Yeah.
this is not a
And
party.
I can say I'm a background noise person. Like if I'm hanging,
Sure.
I like a TV to be on or I like music to be on, just to kind of fill the dead
Yeah, but
space.
you have it like pretty low.
I try to keep it.
Yeah, you've never
controlled
ever. I
and,
would be like, Ross, turn that down.
Yeah, you would tell. Yeah,
Yeah.
you would be like, hey, why is this so loud?
I would
What
literally.
the fuck?
What is this so loud?
yeah, absolutely.
Big pet peeve.
Well, I'm glad that you can
Fair.
at least you can at least
I
say,
know that it's
hey,
me.
but also that you can say, hey, can you turn that down? Because I'm
Yeah.
the person where I'd be like uncomfortable and I'm like, it's fine. I'm fine.
Oh, it definitely
I
depends.
love this show.
It definitely depends on where I'm at. 90%
Yeah.
of places I will not say anything, but if it's at like a close friends or something, I'll be like, "What are we doing here?
What is going
You
on?
just get up and put the power button on the TV.
We're done."
Where is
Anyway.
this going?
Yeah,
My second one is open mouth chewing.
a classic.
I feel like that was
Yeah.
the one that I told you guys was going to be kind of like a maybe generic or like cop out one for me, because I feel like it's just one of those things where like it doesn't really bother me when it's a kid, you know, because they're still figuring it out. But like if you're an adult and you chew with your mouth open,
Yeah, it's just the lack of awareness.
Yeah.
it's icky.
Yeah, no, it's
I don't-
gross.
I don't have to explain that
No,
one
you
because
sure
it was,
don't.
it's literally like when you look up pet peeves, it's like number 2 on the list or whatever.
and there's
but,
a
like,
reason.
There
It's-
is
yeah.
a reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a hard one.
And now it's
for
number
me
2
to-
on your list.
Yeah. Yeah.
My second one, this could be maybe summed up as like a general lack of self-awareness. Like that's a big pet peeve of mine. But specifically, when people are showing me a video on their phone in public and insist on having, this kind of goes off of yours, Brittany, insist on having the volume at full blast.
Yeah.
And
Like,
I'm
it's
like,
everyone's problem now that
yes,
you're watching
and
this
I'm like,
video.
how are you not thinking about like everyone else around? Like, I don't need to hear perfectly what this is. Like, send me the link later,
Yeah, the
and
time
I
and a
really
place.
will watch it.
Well, maybe they're like Brittany and they think that you won't.
Yeah, I'm like, look me in my eyes right now. Can you hear this?
That's
Do you see
someone's
this?
like, hey, I want to show you this video real quick because it's a pet peeve of mine that people won't check out my stuff later. So if you just listen to this,
And then the whole restaurant you will point and you can all sing the song.
And
I'm
I'm
like,
like,
do
come
you
on,
have a
guys.
projector
Hey
in this
now,
place?
you're a rock star. Yeah. But yeah, whenever, if you're pulling up a video to show me somewhere in public, just keep the volume moderately, like halfway, less
You're
than halfway.
literally attempting to watch it. Like, you will see and
I'll
hear
pay
what's
attention.
going on.
I'll see it. And if you really are like, no, dude, you really have to hear it, send me the link and I will watch it in the safety of my home and or car or bathroom later.
Yeah.
It's fine.
We don't need to do this in Applebee's.
No, we don't.
Okay, my third one is the way that companies or like places of employment make people feel when they call off when they need to call off about anything.
Oh my
Being
gosh,
sick, at all. It just feels like that
you already feel like crap.
Yeah,
and then,
nobody wants to call
and then
off.
you want to make us feel guilty.
And it's always like, well, oh, you're sick. Well, here's like the 10 things going on and why we need you here.
Yeah.
And it's like, that shouldn't matter. It should be like, feel better, see you when we see you.
Yeah.
It's why is it everyone else's fault that like companies are never prepared for that? Ever.
Have either of you, does a specific story come to mind for either of you?
Just working retail
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
I could like a million, but I also just tried to not be like that kind of boss when that was my job.
Right.
And it was really easy to not be that person. So the fact that some people did it, multiple people did it to me for like 10 years, and then it was just easy to not do that.
I remember one time I was working at a Lowe's and I called off that morning and the manager was like, you don't understand this, how much this is going to set us back today. And I literally was like, man, that sucks. I hope you guys figure it out though. I don't feel
It's
good.
like,
I'm like, who cares?
You're not
like,
the president of Lowe's.
No.
Like, why is one retail associate going to set you back the whole day?
Yeah,
like,
no,
that
it
sounds like
doesn't.
a you problem.
Yeah, that's
a big pet peeve.
That's very fair.
I remember working in retail once and I was like, I don't feel good, but because of that guilt that I felt and me not wanting to let people down, I was like, no, I'll just push past it. It's probably just this, that, the other, whatever. And then like I was supposed to be leaving in like 30 minutes for work and I like threw up.
Yeah. I went
And
to
then
work
I
with
called
Lockjaw,
them. Oh God.
and they let me. Sorry, go on.
Oh no.
Yeah,
you're
they
fine.
literally let me go to work. I couldn't speak to customers.
Oh my
And they were
God.
probably like, Brittany, speak to more customers. What are you doing?
Yeah, probably.
Brittany, smile.
You're ruining this for us. We're not going to hit
Smile.
$1 billion
Yeah,
this
why
year.
aren't you smiling? And I'm like,
You should be smiling more.
Oh, God.
That's
real.
everyone. I feel like every woman's pet peeve is like
Yeah,
a guy
smile
saying smile more.
That's very, yeah.
I think that's dying out, thankfully. I
Yeah.
think we've shamed men enough.
I
Okay, but we
hope
haven't
so.
shamed them enough. But
We've never shamed them enough. No, I think people are starting to catch on to that specific thing is becoming very much like a regulated.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't do that.
It's definitely more under control, but I did actually hear it in the wild a few months ago, and I cringed
and
real
everyone just
hard.
like now they go, ooh,
Yeah.
like you like literally,
Yeah,
it's
and
like witnessing a car crash.
it
now.
was an old man saying it to a younger woman,
Of course.
and I was just like, I'm going over.
I'm
I'm
here.
gonna start
I
like
don't
barking or something.
I saw a video of a woman once and she was like responding to cat callers and she was so quick with it and it was so funny. And this guy was like, he was like walking past her and he's like, you should smile more. She goes, say something funny. And he's like, and she went,
Yeah.
And I was like, that's
pretty good.
actually hilarious.
That's amazing.
So there you go, guys. Use that.
Yeah, love it.
Perfect. Don't say you never learn anything from this show.
Yes.
That was
Leah?
a bonus pet peeve. It's your turn.
It's my turn. Okay. When the drive-through gives you ketchup packets, what am I going to do with that?
That's fair.
I need a dipping sauce.
And they didn't
For
ask
most-
you; they just assumed you would
No,
want
ketchup just comes usually in a packet.
I see.
I mean, there are places that have ketchup in a little
Canes.
cup.
Do those still exist? I remember when they showed up, it was like the world changed, and now I feel like it's back to packets.
Some places have them and some places just don't. I don't understand why we haven't moved past a ketchup packet. Like, these are French fries we're
Yeah,
talking
everything
about.
else.
Yeah.
Has
Am I
been
supposed
put
to
into
just
the
be
little
like,
cups.
help?
Yeah, that's very
I'm
sad.
driving.
See, I'm a sauce person, and I get upset when
Yeah.
they don't send me ketchup packets or
No,
packets
no, no.
of
I
any sort.
want the thing. I don't want it in a packet.
In a packet
Yeah.
form. You want a pouch,
I want a little
cup.
a little cup.
Yeah.
cup,
yeah.
pouch.
Everyone-
And also, why are there not? It's 2024. Why is there not like a place in cars for like, hey, put your sauce here?
yeah, like a little sauce holder.
Here's a place to put your
They make
fries.
those now, unfortunately. They do.
They do?
Well, you can. It's like you can get them on like Temu.
That's what I was going to say. That's a Temu product.
Yeah. for
This
sure.
episode sponsored by Temu. There you
By
go.
Temu.
I've actually never bought anything off of there because every
I haven't
time I
either.
log onto the app, I get so many pop-ups, and it's like
We're gonna
100%
steal your
off.
identity.
And literally, I'm like, I can't even search for anything, so I'm not even gonna bother. With
I wanted
it.
to try it, and then everyone made it sound real scary, so I didn't.
It is pretty scary. But Zach has ordered a couple things, and they are never what they're supposed to be. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
but they're
that's a-
they're $1. So.
Yeah, it's like really no loss,
That's
minus
true.
your identity.
Well, Samesies listening, go order a sauce holder for your car and let us know if it's actually what it is when it shows up.
Please do.
Let us know. Go comment on one of our pictures.
And then link us to the product
correct
so that
one.
we don't
Yeah,
have
yeah,
to
yeah.
actually go find it.
Yes, yes. This is a bit of a broad one, but mine would be pessimism in general. And I feel like I would like subcategorize like lack of confidence kind of with that. Because I
Yeah.
feel like they tend to go hand in hand in past experiences when that has bothered me so much. And it's not that I need people to be like perfect or some rad whatever, but it's like, man, if every single thing we talk about, you have a reason as to why it sucks or why it's not going to work or why your life sucks or whatever, it's like, that is just a pet peeve of mine. I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
want to be around you. I
Yeah.
don't. It doesn't matter if we're like,
What are you supposed to do for them?
yeah, because it's like, well, then if I'm like no, look at it this way. I'm the asshole overly positive friend who like just thinks everything's fine.
Well, and it's different if somebody's like, "Hey, my grandma died." You're not going to be like, "What?"
We're being
it's not
pessimistic,
that.
but
No, it's but if
no.
you're like, "Oh, like, how's your week going?" Well, work sucked and this happened and blah blah
shitty
blah, and then you're like, "Oh, well, at least blah blah blah," and they go, "No, because
Yeah,
this
not
that."
really.
Yeah. There's a specific kind of person who wants to be the victim
Yeah,
all the
they
time,
want to be validated. And
Yeah.
and they want to like. I don't know, maybe bring us down to their level where they're feeling like
And-
everything is,
I
looking
think
at everything in a bad light.
It bothers me more because I think specifically like friendships that I build, I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like I try to build them in a sense that like if somebody is feeling down, I feel like I've hopefully made them feel comfortable enough to where they can just vent to me and share with me like, here's why this sucks, here's why I'm upset, here's why I'm mad, let's talk about it. But when they're not even taking it that far and it is just general pessimism
Yeah.
Yeah.
or that's not going to work for me because nothing ever does and like that lack of confidence, I'm like, I don't really know what to do. Like, am I supposed to add to the negativity and just also complain about stuff or
It definitely
also-
puts you in a
are
weird
you
spot.
are you wanting me to vent with you? Do you want me to be like,
Right.
"Oh man, yeah, that place
You're
sucks."
like, does
Like,
suck.
Right, yeah,
do
you're
you
like,
want
it'll
that?
never get better. You're right.
Yeah, I
but
don't
also
know.
again, it's like if you just need to vent and you do just need to complain, I'm all ears.
Yeah.
I'll listen to you. I don't have to sit and give you advice. I don't have to sit and do anything. But like when it's not in a constructive form and it's just generally every time you're around this person, it's not just they had a bad week that week. It's like
They're just pessimists.
they're just pessimistic. And anything you say of like, oh, wouldn't it be fun if we did this? And the first three things they say are, well, probably not because of this, this, and that. I'm like, man, like,
Sorry, I asked.
yeah,
Like,
literally,
yeah.
like, sorry, I asked. So yeah, that would be one of my big ones is pessimism and lack of confidence.
Okay.
Yeah. My fourth one would be when people, it's partially a sheep mentality, but even if they're correct in whatever it is, when people pile on to the same thing, like if someone like says something, even if they're correct in calling someone something or, you know, saying something shitty, and then there's like 50 comments of people like shitting on that person.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
what the pet peeve for me is that there's these 50 people that needed validated by whoever the top guy was here, whether they believe what they just said or not. They just wanted validation from that top person, and they took whatever the like subject was as collateral.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And I really hate to see that.
Like it opened the door for them to be like, actually, yeah, I want to go ahead and
Yeah,
it's like,
and then
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
but it's 50 of the same comments, and it's like, did you not read the 50? Like, you had to be a part of
Yeah.
the people talking shit or whatever it is.
like
You
it's
had to
already
be-
there.
Yeah, like
You're
you're
not
not
contributing
You're not
anything.
contributing. You're just being a piece of shit.
Yep.
And you're just like, me too. Me
Yeah.
too.
I feel like we've talked about it in past episodes how much I hate that in real life.
Yeah.
Like the gang mentality
Yeah.
of like when a friends group is like, oh, one person's kind of saying a thing, we'll all pile on because that's the funny thing
Yeah.
that it's like, I hate that
Unless
in real
it's
life.
me and Leah.
Unless it's you guys, then yeah, pile on. Crap on Ross, everybody. It's funny. It's fine.
It's good for views.
We do it for the likes.
Great.
We do it for the gram.
Thanks,
the
guys.
gram.
Hey, if you guys could stop adding 50 comments to the Honest the Same
we
post
have literally 50 people
when I
shitting
get shit
Ross.
on, could you not do that, please? That'd be great. It's my pet peeve.
All right. So Brittany just went, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Number 4. When someone who isn't a licensed cosmetologist gives incorrect information or advice to other people, specifically on the internet, I feel like is where I see it the most. But also like out in the wild, like I'll just be out and you hear somebody like, oh, well, I use Tresemme and it's so great for your hair. And I just like don't know these random strangers sitting one booth over and I want to be like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brad Mondo is he doesn't even have a license at this point anymore, but he's like a really good example of like why
He doesn't have his license anymore?
that's what I was told. I actually don't know, but that's what I heard recently.
I like the lore. I like a little lie, whether it's true or
But
not.
I absolutely hate what he does because everything that he does on like the side of a professional is like he's like, it's not like if we ban abortion there's still going to be unsafe abortions, right? Like he's like, I know you guys are going to do your hair in your bathroom anyways. I'm going to try to teach you how to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that doesn't have, you don't have
and then he
to.
makes fun of anyone that fries their hair or ruins their hair.
weird.
Well, and the weird part to me is that he'll sit and watch a video and he'll be like, ooh, this is looking really bad. And then when the end result gets posted, he goes, it kind of works for her though. Like, yeah, like it's like you want to call people out for doing the wrong thing and you know that it looks bad, but you're afraid of people coming for you because they're like, let people live their lives, which I get. But yeah, it's just when you have like an expertise on something or like you're a professional in something. I wouldn't even call myself an expert. I have a lot of growing to do myself. But like when you have the knowledge of something and you hear other people like giving people advice or whatever, like, oh, try this thing where you know that it's like burnt people's hair off.
Yeah.
Or like people will be like, oh, Splat's not bad. I've used it on my hair for 12 years. And I'm like, okay, like there's exceptions to every rule probably. I don't know what the heck your hair looks like, whatever, but like you see these comments, same thing where it's like all these people hopping on like, why are we talking bad about this product? It's worked for me and I've always used it. And I'm like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But like,
yeah.
It's just
kind of ties into my last one when we get to it.
yeah. It's just, it's another thing that's icky. I'm like, if you don't know what you're talking about, don't tell other people.
And just
Yeah.
the thing.
like just so many people just hop online and like give advice.
Yeah.
Like you just don't have to do that.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
You
No one was
know?
really asking. You don't have to have.
Yeah.
It's the comments thing too. You
And,
don't
and
have
there's
to add
60
your thing.
people that have given advice, but you're like, but no, my
Right,
advice.
right.
Yeah.
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 My next one, we've sort of kind of touched on this one, so I'll just add it a little bit. But like being loud in general, I feel like I've definitely had like past roommates where it maybe goes into like a lack of self-awareness a little bit and stuff where it's like we're slamming cabinet doors.
Is it
We're
Daphne?
like, it's Daphne. It's yeah, she just does not know how to play with her toys quietly. Yeah, but we're like, it's like we're getting something out of the kitchen cabinet, but we're slamming the cabinet
Yeah.
door for some reason. And I'm like, I don't think that was needed. Or we're going to the bathroom or we're slamming the bathroom door. Or the TV being loud, of like, man, I can hear every single thing you're watching from your bedroom and I'm in the living room and this is wild. Or, playing video games or playing music or whatever that general thing is of just like, just tone it down a little bit. Like it's all you
just
get.
be
Again,
mindful that other people are
be
in
mindful.
this space.
Yes.
Not doing what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like do your thing, but just again, be mindful. So yeah, general loudness
Yeah.
will get to me.
My last one is what about meism? Do you guys know what this is?
Explain.
I feel like based on the name, I can maybe
It's
guess.
pretty,
but
Think.
self-explanatory. But like, if someone, this is a dumb. I can't think of any like specifics. But like, if someone's like, you should try this chicken recipe, and then the comments are, I'm vegan.
Oh yeah.
This doesn't work for me. Why the fuck are you commenting or watching the video then? And
Yeah.
that's just such a small, but that goes for everything.
Yeah.
You're watching a video of like an artist, and then the comments are like, they are exclusive to this type of people or whatever. And it's like, well, then you move on. It's not for you. Like, not everything can be about you.
That main character syndrome is insane.
Yeah.
The way I've seen it summed up on social media is like, someone could post and be like, I really love apples. And all the comments are, so you hate oranges?
That's literally it. Yeah.
Yeah. That like, what about the oranges?
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, I just was saying that I enjoyed apples. It was nothing against anything else or that I hated anything. But yeah,
What about me for anything? Like, everyone's supposed to be thinking about like you at all times.
Yeah.
And
How dare you post a chicken recipe on the internet?
I'm vegan.
I'm
It's
vegan.
not gonna work
Why
for
would
me.
you? Oh my God. When people, I never mind. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Now I'm going to get fired up.
My last one is I just put people in the fast lane usually. Whether you're going slow in the fast lane and you don't know to like move over. Like
Yeah.
if somebody's on like my tail and I am in the fast lane, I will move over because I'm like, oh, like they need this lane. I will get back over after they pass. There are people that will just sit in the fast lane, just
It
cruising
is
along,
wild.
going like 2 over the speed limit. And
Yeah.
you're like, okay, I have to pee so bad that I'm going to die. And you're stuck behind this person. Also, like, I feel like in general, there will always be that person who's riding your ass, but like the people that are like swerving around you to like be like, hey, do you see me over here? Can you see me in this mirror now?
Yeah.
Can you see me in this mirror
Yeah.
now? And it's like, okay, give me a second. I'll get over when I have a minute. But like, yeah, I think just
That's
in general,
what
like,
about meism too. They're like, I am trying to get around you.
Yeah, don't you
You
see-
figure this out right now.
I have a
Right.
place to be right now. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I like from both ends of it, like being stuck behind somebody. And again, I'm not trying to ride up on them. I usually give people some space or whatever. I at least try to. But yeah, it's like
People not knowing what the fast lane is like.
it's a passing
for.
lane.
Yeah, like
it's
people just
literally
don't
called
know.
the passing
We
lane.
could do a whole episode on just drivers
I have-
and
Probably.
driving in
Yeah.
general
I
of
feel
just
like I've
how
got road rage maybe like more than the average person, but it's just like driving
Yeah.
in general. I have a lot of driving pet peeves.
I like to think I don't, but literally on my way here tonight, I was like I was yielding for a roundabout because there was a truck like that I couldn't tell if they were going to go this way or they want to continue in the roundabout and I needed to stop. I like started to slow down, car behind me, wah, wah, and I'm like, dude, and I instantly was like, I hope you roll your car.
Yeah.
And then I was like, but I don't have road rage though.
When I'm in a car, everyone else is my enemy, and I don't
Yes.
feel like explaining it
Absolutely.
because it feels like Mario Kart. Like, get out of my fucking way.
Yeah.
But I like to think I'm patient enough that I'm not like, I know what it's like to be the person in front. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I'm
you're
like,
trying
if
to,
somebody is
like-
going slow, I'm like trying to give them the space, but also be like, okay, do you see that I'm being
Yeah, 'cause
like a
then you're
little
like-
bit like I'm trying
Yeah.
not to ride your ass, but I want you to know that I would like for you to move over.
How do I let you know what, do I give you the space? How do I tell you what I need you to do right now? But also let you make the decision. Like, I don't,
Yeah.
I'm a very passive driver. I just put curses on them when they go
That's-
by.
Of course.
I'm like,
I would
you're
love
gonna
for that
get
to work.
home safely tonight.
Maybe you're the reason all Columbus drivers are all of a sudden crashing into buildings once a week. It's all the curses finally settling in.
All I do is mind my business, and when people do really rude things, I curse their families.
I wish curses were real, but only when we could do them to other
I have
people.
one more pet peeve to add.
Wishing curses were real?
No, when people don't believe in
Oh.
witchcraft.
Right. Who would do that?
I wonder why you had that problem at the roundabout today.
Damn it.
Okay,
Yeah, I
what's
should-
your last pet peeve?
My last pet peeve, we have talked about this in past episodes, so I probably don't have to go too deep into it, but when people are non-stop sarcastic.
Yeah.
I love sarcasm. I love joking around. I love doing all those things, being so stupid, but like the time, the place, the moment, you got to know when it's right. Again, this probably goes back into self-awareness. When people just like cannot ever just have a normal conversation and they always have to find a way to be sarcastic. They always have to find a way to like put a dig in there somewhere.
And once like feelings have been hurt, you need to drop that character for the rest of your
Right.
life,
and,
really.
And especially like it gets worse when it's somebody who you never know what version of them you're going to get when you're interacting with them because they're always sarcastic. But then when like they're real and normal, you're like, oh, now I have to take my guard down and actually get ready for a real conversation because you're actually normal today. But then they'll still find a way to like go back to being sorry. It's like, man, I literally like, and I like to believe I'm a pretty good communicator with people.
It's just draining.
When people are like that, I literally am like, I don't have the energy to like keep up with this right now of like, I don't feel like being sarcastic because I'd like to just tell you, hi, how was your day? And when you tell me like, eat a bag of dicks, fuck, I'm like, what the hell is this? So yeah, I would say mine is, just the nonstop sarcasm. Yeah. And again, I love a good joke. I love being sarcastic.
And
but
for me, usually when I run into that, it's like, they're fine if it's just like a one-on-one hang. It's when they get into like a group and they have like something to prove, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, it gets even worse then because it's like, because then they're like trying to be the comedian of the group and make everybody laugh, and it's like,
can you just drop this?
It's like, hey, everyone's just hanging out having a good time. Like, you don't have to be the loudest and you don't have to change everything. But yeah, and then it's like, I don't even know how to interact with this person, so I'm just going to sit back and because it almost makes me not even want to join in on the fun because it's so annoying to me.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like,
the pet peeve.
Yes, I'm like, I don't want to add to the sarcasm because then it makes them think that what they're doing is funny and
that
good.
What I am doing is like playing off of what they're doing.
Yes,
and I don't want it to go on anymore.
Exactly.
We're not gonna give them any fuel to.
Right. I'm like, then I guess I'll just sit here and be quiet and wait for this moment to end.
Yeah.
But any more? I mean, we did our 5. Are there any that spawned up while we were?
I think we hit them as we went.
We did.
I really feel really mad and fired up, so I think we did it good.
I think we did a good job. I'm ready to.
Really annoyed right now.
I want to ram some cars off the road on my way home from here.
Curse some
people because they're real, and we all know that. Of course, we all know that. Hey, Brittany, what else is real that our Samesies can do with us at any point in time?
Our podcast. Can they follow it?
Yes, they can.
At honestly same pod.
Boom, there it is. Leah, where can they listen to this podcast at?
Spotify, Apple, YouTube.
You can see us in real life on YouTube. Well, not in real life. I guess that's a lie.
I mean, not in real life, but I mean,
virtual.
You'll see us in real life right here. But
yes,
like
we should figure out how to
real life.
We should make this podcast virtual reality too, so people can sit in the room with us. Wow. With a virtual headset on, they could be like at the end of the table right here and sit.
That would be amazing.
I don't know how to do that.
I don't either.
But we can try and figure that out.
Definitely on you.
Yes, perfect. I will add it to my list. So, folks, that's going to do it for a brand new episode of Honestly Same, because I have to figure out how I can build a virtual reality world that you, our dear Samesies, can sit in the future. And you know what? Hopefully, our pet peeves didn't fire you up too much, and hopefully you didn't find any new pet peeves about this show that you might not like. But you know something that's not a pet peeve? Something that I love to hear at the end of every one of these episodes?
When I hit that button?
When you hit that button.
Yeah.